So this afternoon we've got Norm from SellerToolKit with us as we continue through our how-to videos. Hi Norm. We are looking at orders today, and this has got a really interesting little piece of kit where if you're not VAT registered, Amazon have recently said that you've got to send a receipt to a customer within 24 hours. So you have to go into business things and dig them out. But Norm has very cleverly built that into STK, and it's within this particular tab. So we're going to have a little look at that and the other things that you get from the orders section. So I'll pass over and say, hiya.
Hello, hi Emily. Right, okay, we'll go through the orders tab today, as Emily said, and want to show you a few of the cool things you can do. I mean, you've got down the left-hand side of different filters here, which are all self-explanatory. So you've got your pending orders only, your shipped orders, seller initiated. So they're the orders that you sent, your FBA orders, cancelled, which is something that you've not very easily seen, refunded. So these are all your customer refunded orders you've had. So, these will all show as a loss. And the reason they show as a loss is that the sale is zero. It shows you what the original sale was, but this COG is zero because although that item is kind of lost, it's actually, you're going to end up with that item either being returned from the customer, and you may get reimbursed if it's damaged in some way that was Amazon's fault, or you may get the item sent back to you and you sell them through Facebook or eBay or whatever. So it doesn't show us. But you'll have fees. Some of the fees aren't refunded. So any order that's refunded, you will have a loss, and that loss will be just based on the fees that you did not get refunded by Amazon.
Sorry, is that trackable in the dashboard? Does that happen automatically? So when you see your daily profit and loss and ROI, it factors in all of that stuff. So if you get a cancellation in the middle of the day, it factors it in.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get an order a week ago, say this time last week, the order went through, and you had the customers then decided today to want a refund, then instead of the refund affecting today's sales values, it actually affects the day that it was purchased. Because otherwise, otherwise what happened, if you made no sales today and you had one refund from a week ago, it would show you that you've had, you've made a minus. What was that, £5.24 sale with a loss of £2.37, and that's not the way you want to be showing your sales figures. That's just, I've seen other apps do that. It's totally wrong. It's not how it's done. It should be based on, for accountancy purposes, it's different.
So you almost won't see it. So you won't see your returns in your dashboard then, because it will go in the background of the previous days.
In the background, it affects the previous day. So exactly. So that £5.24 sale and the profit from that sale will be adjusted for the day that was purchased. So that's the first one we're looking at 6th of November. The order date was 6th of November. The refund was on the 8th of November, just 2 days later. So the 8th of November wouldn't have shown that in that day's sales figures. It would have been reflected in your 6th of November sales figures.
Awesome.
That's why it doesn't screw up what you're looking at. Yes. You can go through, like, there's all your orders that you've made on, removal orders. These are all the things that you've asked to remove from Amazon. So these are all the items that might be expired or defective. We always get everything returned. The stuff that you're not going to be reimbursed for, you may as well get returned, because sometimes they come back and it might say have an expiry date of still within 2 months, so it's still sellable to friends, neighbours, Facebook, presents, whatever. It's just Christmas presents, or if there's something you can eat yourself. Do you know what I mean? So
sorry, just
it's pointless.
question. Sorry, just a quick question. For someone who's newer to this, so you said you get everything returned that's not going to be reimbursed. So what do you not get returned? Is it what do you leave for Amazon and what do you return?
Right. So the items that you won't get reimbursed for are all of the stuff you will get reimbursed for are damaged. So you'll get some customer damage does get refunded. I can't remember. There's a difference between a particular customer damaged, where the customer damages it don't, but you can still go down as customer damaged if Amazon damaged it on the way or the way back from Amazon. From
distributor damage?
There's the carrier damage and dish damaged, but maybe we'll go more into that in deeper when we look at the reconciliation process and reimbursements. But I keep getting mixed up myself because it's quite involved in working out whether you get reimbursed for customer damage or not customer damage. Most people say you don't get it. You actually don't get it if the customer damaged it. Okay. But there is a type of reimbursement you get for a type of customer damage, and like I said, we'll go into that. So you've got warehouse damaged, you get items lost, there's carrier damage, distributor damaged, I think that's it, and all of those you'll get a reimbursement for.
So
you don't get reimbursement.
You leave them in Amazon, and you just ask for stuff back that's customer returns, basically.
Yeah, that's right. You leave them because what Amazon will dispose them and get rid of them and charge you for it anyway. So the charge for disposing it is not much different than the charge for getting it sent back to you. So you may as well get it sent back to you.
Yes, and I've heard that the disposed ones sometimes end up back on Amazon for sale a week later. So it's probably always best to get them back, just to be on the safe side. No one quite knows what actually happens to them. Yeah,
who knows? Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I deviated. Apologies, everyone.
It's all right. So your removal. So it'll be the stuff. The stuff you get removed are definitely going to be there's defective. Defective means there's something wrong with that item that it's either damaged. They will say it was damaged in transit to them, or sometimes I don't get it. If you get defective and there's something wrong with it, but you're not going to get reimbursed for it. So if it comes up defective, it's either something along those lines, or it would be defective because it doesn't match the listing. So it's one of those where you sent in a bundle of 2 and the listing is a bundle of 4. So it'd be a defect.
Yeah. So all you do in that situation is you get it back to you. You find the correct list. I sent in a power tool that didn't have the charger. So there was a version with the charger and a version without the charger. And I thought it was only one. So I sent in the one without, and someone returned it as defective. And it wasn't defective. I just had to get it back to me and put it back in under the.
Exactly. So you just get them back and then send them back in with the correct ASIN. It's no big deal. So
this is where you track that, isn't it? This is where you see all that on STK. It records everything like that, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So you get defective you always get your defective back. Expired and that is it, isn't it? Expired and defective. So expired, you get up to 90 days expiry date. So if it goes under those 90 days, it will go into your unfillable inventory. So you need to then get it back, and like I say, if it's got 2 months left on it, you can use it yourself. But what I always do every time anything comes up expired is I ask for photo evidence.
Oh, that's a gem. That's a great idea. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, always do. Whenever it comes up defective, I go straight on and I say, this has been marked as expired. I don't believe it's expired. Please provide photo evidence. And I have no problem providing that whatsoever. 50% of the time, it's not expired.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
Because before that, we used to get back and think, it's not expired. You know, it's what they use. They use a manufacturing produced date. You know, like on a pack of nappies, it was manufactured on August 2020, and they see that, and someone's misread that and thought it was expiry date. So they've come back and you say that's not bloody expired, so you have to send them all in. So now always ask for a photo evidence of expired. And
I must be losing
like I
so
said,
much money because I just go, yeah, fine, dispose of it. That's fine. I can't be bothered with it.
do you? No.
Right, I'm on that. That's my
A lot of
mission
stuff
this
is,
afternoon.
yeah. Don't allow that. I'll tell you something else while we're on the subject. Is there are other times when you'll what was it? I asked for evidence of something else. Oh, I can't remember. It'll come back to me.
Do you know where I do ask for evidence? I always ask for evidence when they say you haven't polybagged your item, you haven't bubble wrapped it.
That's it. Sorry, that was it.
And they'll send me the photograph of my bubble wrapped item, and I just go, please refer to your own image. Thanks.
Yeah. I gave. I did on the STK Facebook group. I gave my template out, and a few people have used that, and they like it. It wins every time. It's just like along the lines, like, you know, we make sure that our items are sent in the correct Amazon way, blah blah blah, and please can you provide photo evidence that we can make sure that we have our processes up to scratch at our end, something along those lines.
Right, it makes you sound like such a big organisation. Oh yeah, sorry, it's really getting worse.
Yeah, exactly, and again, that always works.
Yes, always,
because everything's sent in, and our prep centre are really good, and they never have any problems, and they have photo evidence of everything if you needed it, but it's never failed. That email's never failed. It always comes back and said
every time
that your shipment is being marked.
Because at the moment those metrics don't matter, but that doesn't mean they won't one day. So if you just go accept and don't challenge it, you have no idea what that will do to your account in the future. So when they bring something in, like this IPO thing, so I'm always conscious of stuff that even though it doesn't appear to be problematic on my account, you never quite know where Amazon are going to go with stuff. So that's a little tip.
Precisely. Yeah. So just going on to that, I'll just go on to the return. So if you go to return, that's all the stuff. That's all the items that we've had returned to us. Yeah. So you got the removal. Return and disposal. Now, all the disposal items are those items where Amazon have crushed your items, put them in the bin, thrown them away, put them in their pockets, whatever they do to them. Yeah, and that's really that all the filters. You got business.
Can I just ask a quick? This one's related, I promise. So if you go into your items that are lost, for example, or removed, for example, do the three dots do anything? Can you raise a case to ask for something to remove via STK or not? Because I know you can do it with reimbursements. Can you raise a case direct? No,
you can't raise a case direct on these items here. It will come. I'll add that at some stage, so that if you see something coming up, you wouldn't see it on your orders. Where you'd see that is on your inventory. Okay. So if you go onto inventory, and then what you'll see then is like your unfulfillable. So there you could go to expired. Excuse me, those three items now that are expired. So from here we could add something to raise a case and say, so have that same template that I mentioned, so it saves us that time. And it's something that, because we do it all the time, I do it all the time, I've got to cut and paste and I just set up the case, but it'd be far easier to do it from here. You're right. Another day.
Sorry.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
Sorry about that. Go to right. Any suggestions for STK? Norm does listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because there are so many different things. I've got a to-do list as long as I don't know.
Scroll, isn't it? Every morning scrolls out. Yeah, I bet. Awesome. So
I'm also adding new things to it, shuffling things around based on how many.
Because we all go, can you just add this? It's only quick. And behind the scenes, I bet it's not, bless you. What's the business tab? What does that do? Because obviously we're not
business.
I'm a business.
Right.
What does it mean? My business or their business or
right?
Business?
These are orders that have been purchased by an Amazon purchaser who's registered with Amazon as a business, and they may have registered with Amazon as a business. With their VAT number, which means that they can buy items, or they might be in the Isle of Man or Jersey, and they can buy items net of VAT if you are VAT registered, for a start. If you're not that registered and you sell an item to a business, then Amazon, as you said earlier, you now need to provide that business within 24 hours of it being purchased. You need to provide them with a receipt, or sorry, an invoice, a receipt or an invoice.
Even if you're not VAT registered and it says 0 VAT, you still need to do that, do you?
You still need to provide the VAT invoice. Sorry, you need to provide a receipt or an invoice. So if you're VAT registered, then your invoice will have VAT details on it. If you're not VAT registered, then you'll just have an invoice saying this business is not VAT registered, and there'll be no VAT on it.
So I'm a VAT registered business. So I've registered with the Amazon VAT scheme, which is free, and so Amazon do this all for me. So I don't need to do any of this. This is amazing for those of you who are maybe newer sellers. And you get a bit surprised. I mean, I only get half a dozen business sales a month, or a dozen or so. It's not a very big volume at all. But it's very easy to miss them and forget them, especially if you're not a VAT registered seller. Yeah. So what do you?
It's really
I need to
It's really important. It's really important that if you're not registered with VAT calculations, so you might be VAT registered. But you're not registered with Amazon VAT calculations. So if you're not registered with VAT calculations, you still need to, if you're VAT registered, you still need to provide this invoice to your business customer. So if you're VAT registered and not signed up to VAT calcs, I would suggest you do, because it's as far as you don't have to do this. Yeah, exactly. So what you do with, if you wait until they're shipped. While it's pending, you won't have this icon here.
That makes sense.
Okay, because while it's pending, you can't produce an invoice, because it's pending means it's not been paid for, basically. So it's not until it's shipped that it's been paid for, and it's at that point you've got 24 hours to produce this receipt. So you can just click on this icon here, and what it will do is open up directly the page for that order where you need to manage or upload your invoice. Now I don't have to do that, so I think you just go to manage invoice or whatever. I'm not too sure, because it doesn't come up on this, but if you're not VAT registered, it will take you to the correct screen where you do an upload of your invoice. So what happens, it's taking you to that screen, and here's the invoice here, so you can just
did you bring that up by clicking on it? Sorry, Norm, did you just click on your little blue box and you brought up downloaded it? Was that what happened? I missed that.
You just click yes. Yeah, it didn't show well because I've got this in full screen. So what actually happens is, what would normally happen is that when you click that, it'll take you to the Amazon page where you need to upload it, and down at the bottom, if you're on Google Chrome, it will have the invoice there. So all you need to do then is just if you do show in folder, and then what happens then, you've got your chosen folder here. There's the invoice there. You just drag that across. Sorry, damn it. I don't know whether you have to drag it into Amazon or you have to point Amazon to it. Like, so you do choose folder, file, and go through it. Yeah. I've done it. I don't have to do it, but everybody who's used it are like a wowed by it, because that's all you need to do. You don't have to go and prepare your invoice yourself.
I used to open it, find the business sales, then go through them, and oh man, it was a nightmare. So I've already got a couple of minutes left. So is this something maybe you should get in a habit, just every morning as part of your routine, or every evening, just have a quick look to make sure you haven't got a new business thing to ship? Because if you're doing this, you have to send it to the customer or upload it on Amazon within 24 hours of it. So it's something
you will get a notification. You will get a notification. So if you're someone that keeps an eye on their notifications up here, you will get notified there when you get a business. So you can just check that and see if you've got any business orders. You can double check by going to business, see if you've had any in the last day.
I didn't know you got any. That's good.
Yeah. So that's it. That's really all there is to orders. You've got the 3 dots here, which you can click on. That takes you to the same inventory dashboard that inventory does. One more thing just before we go. If you have let's go to a EU sale, go to an EU sale.
I feel like a news reporter. My Zoom is going to run out in literally 40 seconds. I feel like saying like...
Okay, all right. You go to German instance, right? So you've got all your filters there. You've got a calendar filter, and you can just hover over and it will give you the exchange rate.
Oh, wow.
That was used.
Save the bomb till the end. That's awesome.
And you've got to break down the fees. Okay, right.
Awesome.
Done.
See you tomorrow. Take care. See you.
All right. See ya. Bye.